Channel 2, WACC, 11 o'clock BS News, with anchor Emily Howard. Unsought reporter Brian A. Current. Sports and current events with Mark, the White Rabbit Garber-Biggs. Weather with Courtney, Aube.
Welcome to BS News. I'm Emily Sunshine Howard, and this is tonight's news. On tonight's program, we take a look at Alpena's north side, both past, present, and future. We have a special weather report presented to us by Courtney Obi-Wanda Kenobi, and, as usual, our sports report by our very own White Rabbit, Mark Garber-Biggs. But first, we have Brian Rip Current with his exciting two-part series, The North Side Social Stigma. Brian?
Thank you, Emily. In a two-part series, we have examined the stigma attached to the north side of Alpena and some of the causes for it. You may find interesting what we've uncovered.
Alpena, Michigan is an old industrial town with strategic supplies of lumber and limestone located on a major waterway. It was destined to become a tree from which barons of industry would pick ripe fruit. All along the Huron lakeshore of Alpena's easternmost side sit the original homes of the area's most affluent founders. Move only a mile to the north, and the size of homes and landscape changes drastically.
One of the first industries in Alpena, and one that has survived to this day, is the mining of limestone and gypsum used in the cement and drywall industries. Explosions can be felt often on the city's north side. So acclimated are the people of Alpena that no one hardly bats an eye at the tremors.
Throughout the cement industry's tenure in Alpena, the smokestacks from the kilns that dry and process materials for cement production would cast off huge plumes of dust and debris. This dust would accumulate on the cars and houses of people throughout Alpena, but mostly was deposited on the north side.
Well, actually, in the old days, we used to have gray snow from cement plant. When Abitibi moved in, we then had salt and pepper because it was gray from the cement plant and black spots. This car was a 1951 Ford blue, and some of the worst nights was when I'd stay at the cottage, get up in the morning to come into work, and the car was gray.
Jim Shikuski is a lifelong Northside resident and has been a plaintiff or concerned party in several lawsuits against Northside industry. We asked him about his experiences living there.
I guess that would be the start of it. Plus, as the cement plant started, they were very, very dirty and dusty. And so the closer you live to the town, to the plant, the dirtier your houses got. And
but his opinion of Alpena's industry isn't all bad.
I mean, I worked at the cement. My brother-in-law worked at the cement plant. They used to be life careers in Alpena. Who wanted to go to college when you could get a good job?
However, as a pilot, his bird's-eye view of the town gave him a different perspective than most could get when Alpena's pollution was at its worst.
It really did help flying, because I remember when I took my triangular test, I could fly to Bay City, and then I had to fly to Midland and back, and I never had to use a compass because all I had to follow was that yellow cloud of smoke that came from the cement plant all the way to Midland.
Really? There is no doubt that this type of pollution gave Alpena's north side its bad name. And in our next report, we'll dig into what is being done and what will be done in the future to improve the north side's image.
Thank you, Brian. That was eye-opening. And now for our weather from Courtney, Aube, Wanda, Kenobi. Courtney?
Thank you, Emily. Today's weather is a high of 45 degrees and heading into the night a low of 29. Some of you will be seeing sunshine. The rest of you on the north side will be seeing poisonous gas clouds descending from the area surrounding you. This just in. The smoke cloud is coming. Run for your lives!
We will have to check back in with Courtney for further developments at a later date after she has received some medical attention. Brave lass. But, on a lighter note, we will return to Rip with the conclusion of our two-part series, Northside Social Stigma. Back to you, Brian.
Today only white snow falls copiously over Alpena, but the stigma of the north side still exists. City Councilman Sean Sexton moved to Alpena from Dayton, Ohio, and has lived here since. The impression from both sides of Thunder Bay River have been felt.
I've always had the feeling that the folks on the north side sometimes thought that the city turns their noses up at them, or the rest of the community looks down upon the north side. I've also always had the feeling that parts of the community look to the north side as being, a ghetto. And where I come from, that's just, it's laughable. I take my friends I'm from an urban area, and I'll bring them up here and say, oh yeah, people think this is a bad part of town, and everybody always laughs. So,
although he believes the stigma attached to the north side are overblown, he concedes that they are not completely born out of illusions, but real differences between the two areas exist.
There's a difference in economics neighborhoods, and obviously economically the north side and like an island view, there's a different socioeconomic grouping there. That there's always going to be some basis for that. I do think that basis gets overblown to a degree.
The city not only recognizes that this problem exists, but they see it as a problem of image rather than substance. To amend the problem, much in the way of equity is being done.
Seems like a little thing, but I think makes a big difference is to get the bike paths connected to the north side. I think you go back to perception. It was easy to say, you know what, this whole community has this bike path, but it doesn't come over here. Why doesn't it come in our neighborhood? And so being able to extend that in there, I think, helped that a little bit.
Throughout Alpena's long storied history, the north side has always hung in the balance between the community's success and failure. Many people may assign a negative to the industry located there, but it is this industry that is the backbone of Alpena's past and future. However, there is no past or future without people, and no matter how negative its industry may seem, the spirit of the north side's people has made it impossible for that negativity to do any real harm.
Thanks, Brian. Truly insightful. And now, to mark the White Rabbit, Garber-Biggs for our BS News Report.
I'm late for a very important date. No time to say hello, goodbye. I'm late.
Well, apparently we will not be having our sports report tonight because Mark is obviously late for a very important date. Probably his intro to sociology class. Good luck with that, Mark. Hold on. This Justin, Leon Shulgoff, North Side native, just shot President McKinley. Shulgoff was arrested and taken into custody this evening. We have this photo of his mugshot. Our studio artist has rendered us this drawing of the attempted assassination. We have confirmation that President McKinley has been admitted into the intensive care unit with around-the-clock attention at an unspecified hospital. His condition? Critical. But he still has a pulse, so our hopes and prayers go out with him. This attempted assassination by our very own North Side native, Leon Shulgoff, will surely not fare well for the already onerous reputation of the North Side.
Emily, gotta go.
Oh, right. This has been a BS News Report. Have a good night, folks.